Okay, let's go take a trip to Steinhatchee, Florida. This is post-hurricane. Steinhatchee took it on the chin last year with Helene. But Steinhatchee is breathing. She's up and walking, and she's making a recovery. We made the trip, and the scalloping was excellent. Let's watch a little video.
Well, one thing you'll see around Steinhatchee now, following the storms, is there are a lot of for sale signs. I've seen a lot of them. This happens to be the place that we rented the last time we were here just before the storm hit. As you can see, it's gone.
And this is a little video of that cabin that we stayed in before Helene, an old converted boathouse, and it was just really neat, quaint little place. Had its own dock over the water. It was built on pylons, and really fun place to be. Gone, and that piece of property on the side of the river there is now for sale. Talking to some locals there, there's some changes in building codes and things like that, and a lot of these places may not be coming back with living quarters on them. That said, Steinhatchee is still moving in the right direction. We didn't have any trouble finding accommodations, and the place is moving ahead. And if you were thinking about making a trip, that's the reason I wanted to do this video to Steinhatchee, come on. The place definitely is up and running. Not quite at what it used to be, but still just a super outdoor adventure. And Steinhatchee to me is one of my most favorite places here. It's just something special for me. Being on the water, it centers around either being on a boat or fishing. That's Steinhatchee. And Steinhatchee to me means scalloping in summertime. And in the comments, let me know what your favorite part is. If you've been to Steinhatchee, what is it about Steinhatchee that's so special to you? Let us know in the comments what it is you like to do and what your favorite places are there. But this is recent video that we shot with the drone, and you can see that there's places that are no longer there. Docks gone away. We know that some structures got washed away, and as you kind of go through the town, you will see some of the damage that is still there, evident of like floating docks and debris that is still there. The water, and we got some video coming of kind of showing where this water was. It really came up pretty high. But people are making whatever adjustments. I will tell you that the supermarket that was there in Steinhatchee is not operational. The other stores that are in around that area have kind of been able to pick up some of that slack as far as necessary items. And understand there is somebody that's selling meat and produce kind of on your way to Keaton Beach from Steinhatchee, on the other side of Steinhatchee. Ask any local there, and they'll be able to direct you to the place. We did not make it up there, but things are happening. One thing we did notice is the Sea Hag Marina. We love the Sea Hag. It's one of my favorite facilities there in Steinhatchee. And the Norwood family has gotten the Sea Hag back up and operational. They're still working on some of their docks, but they're operational. And if you've been there and experienced some of the customer service you get at the marina there, it is still on par with what it was before. I noticed this, we were going up Mercury Tech, out working on one of the engines there. Full operation here. Again, they've gotten a lot of their docks back in place, but there's still a little bit that needs to be working. We actually have some video of the dock construction taking place. You kind of see the crane there in the background working on some of their docks. But yeah, the bait system that's there is back up and running. All new coolers. Their live bait, their shrimp. I think they have some pinfish. Everything's operational. And there's a familiar face right there. If you know, you know. There in Steinhatchee. Gift shop, just as I always remembered it. They're back at 100% here. Always like making the trip to the Sea Hag gift shop, and they've got everything in this place. Again, very friendly staff. Nothing else, stop in and grab a t-shirt or maybe a cold drink. You'll be amazed about how the facility is operated there. But this place does have just about anything you could possibly need to get you out on the water. They're a full dive center it's really neat operation there. Now yet, they're still working on their docks. Now take a look at this marker. This is as you're coming into the main entrance, and taking one of the pylons here and marked the water levels from some of the past hurricanes all the way up to the second floor. Helene from last year. A lot of water was in Steinhatchee. I know the process is slow to get all the docks back in place, but here's the Haven Marina. The Haven Marina is up and operational. They got their docks back in place, and as well as the Steinhatchee River Marina, they are back. Again, got most of their docks in, but work is still ongoing for sure. Now, right in this area, one of the famous restaurants there in Steinhatchee was Roy's Restaurant, and Roy's took a beating, along with the little place that was across the street from Roy's, Crab Daddy's. But they're back. A lot of their docks in place, and you can kind of see off to the left there the area where the Roy's Restaurant used to be. It kind of was out over the water, and of course there's new permitting issues that develop and delay reconstruction, but they are operating out of a trailer there, so they still have some of their delicious items available in the old parking lot of Roy's. They're operational there with their trailers. There's a little video of that. These guys are right here at the inlet, and they took a real beating. And across the street, little tiki bar there now, and they're having to work off of a generator, but they're operational, guys. And some places are not. This is the condominium complex that is right on the very end, going out the inlet, and they've yet to get any of their docks back into place. Sad sight. Usually this place would have been loaded with boats, but they're still working on it, and it's coming back. I will say this, though. The experiences we had during this trip in Steinhatchee were awesome. The scallops were plentiful, and it didn't take long for us to get our limit. And a lot of the fun for me being in the water is you never know what to expect, what you're going to see. It's always a day of exploration when you're out snorkeling for the scallops. And how about a manatee? How cool is it to see a manatee out in the wild? Our friends next door alerted us to this, and take a look. Yeah, here's a manatee swimming along with a couple of remors in tow. And what you're going to see here is pretty neat. And you talk about an interaction. A good friend, Captain Pete, was out gathering scallops and told me later he never saw this manatee. But watch how close the manatee gets to him as he's out scalloping. He said he could tell something had moved by because he could see where the water had been disturbed. He was wondering what was going on, but look at this. Isn't that something? That clear water in Steinhatchee in that area makes for a lot of fun when you're out scalloping. Easy to see. It was a really great trip. And quite a few boats were out around us in our area. People are coming back to Steinhatchee. They're taking advantage of the resources that are available there. And if you were thinking about making a trip, if you're watching this video for the first time and just kind of stumbled on it, thinking about going to Steinhatchee, Steinhatchee is up, and it is not quite what you remember it being, but it is up and running, it's breathing, and it's getting stronger every day. But we did this twice. We got our limit both days that we were scalloping. And of course, that means for me a little steak and scallops, a baked potato, and some salad. A little melted butter in the skillet, some garlic powder, and then some Old Bay. And to me, this is a slice of heaven. Now, I always try to contribute to the local economy when I'm there. One of the big things I do is I take my scallops to somebody there in the community that is shucking the scallops, and they do a great job. And take your number. They give you a call a little later, say, hey, your scallops are ready. We go around and pick them up and then eat them. It's great. You know, back in the back, you see a piece of floating dock, and there's still some areas that still show sign of damage, but she is up and operational, guys. Now, one thing I will say is the boat ramp, the big boat ramp that is there in Steinhatchee, they're in the process of trying to get the floating docks back there, but the floating docks are pretty much gone with the exception of those right at the ramp itself. So best advice is when you come here, have a plan for not tying up the ramp. You know, maybe have all your passengers loaded in the boat as you're launching it. Anything you can do to kind of speed up the operation, because this place does get very busy with people going out during the day. Now, we certainly loved our trip there, and I got to tell you, coming back in, it's the same for me every time. Just a feeling of such a special place to be with your boat in Steinhatchee, Florida. Guys, if you're thinking about making a trip, do it. You won't regret it. Plenty of scallops in Steinhatchee. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, hey, you guys be safe out there.